is up, everyone? It is Liz Myers, and I am here to share this crazy day that had happened to me today. And you may be thinking, oh, I bet it's this amazing run that she did and crushed and did such an amazing thing. And I'm here to tell you it was not. But a little background, I have been training the past few weeks, doing some VO2 work. I'm honestly in an off season and just kind of training. I am gearing up to go after the H9 in the Bar Football Classic. But right now I'm just getting in some speed work. So I am in a heavy section of training where I'm doing lots of VO2 work. Now I'm transitioning into threshold work and just been grinding. Training has been kind of all over the place, but I've finally started to dial down, get things booked in, and just really feeling good on some of the runs. And always out there trying to give the best I can, but also be smart and not over push myself. And that's always a hard thing, as any runner out there knows. It's always easy to either go a little too easy or go a little too hard. It's I feel like one or the other. You're either going too easy or you're going too hard in some of the intervals. And I've been really dialing in, trying to max out that threshold run, the 6 to 7 rate of perceived effort. And I'm not going to go into the scientific of what threshold runs are. If you don't know, maybe let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about what VO2 is, what threshold is, and what an endurance block is. But I'm here to share my experience and what had happened in this run. A couple days prior, I did some threshold work. It was 12 minutes by 6 minutes, 12 minutes at a high intensity of 6 to 7 rate perceived effort. And then the 6 minutes was just nice and easy. I did walk to run them. I wanted to really kind of chill out, and especially going up vert, still working on dialing in that rate of perceived effort. But during that actual run, fantastic. I felt so solid. I did dial back my pace a little bit to make sure I could really focus on getting in a good effort in that 12-minute intersection. So with how the intervals work, you want the portion of that interval, whether it be 12 minutes, 8 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes, you want it to be a pace that you can hold, or an effort that you can hold for at least 60 minutes. It is your threshold. So a lot of people kind of go out a little too fast in intervals. I'm prone to do it too. You want to always try to give your best. And for this effort, being on incline, because I've been only training at vert and or on incline on a treadmill, so just trying to dial it in. I felt like I finally got it done with that 12 by 6. I was feeling so good. I went and had a crazy leg day, and honestly I destroyed my legs. It was much needed. I had such a good lift, such a good run. Mind you, my lifting has not been the same because I've been using bands, which we all know band work is fun, but not the same as lifting heavy in a gym. But I'm doing what I can with what I have at the house, and that's been really great. So I had a great lift, which felt so good. I knew my legs were gonna be super sore. Woke up the next day, my legs were sore already, and the delayed onset of muscle soreness was real. It was really bad. So I did a little bit of mobility, kind of stretched things out, massage, shook things up, and just trying to flush all the soreness out of my legs as much as possible. I did do an easy run, and that was one heck of a hot run. Yesterday, my smart thinking was that I could go out and run at 4 o'clock in Florida.
I am running a 10:40 minute per mile pace. It's my nice and easy pace. I'm obviously having a conversation very easily, but my heart rate is at 165. It is hotter than shit out here in Florida. I dumbly decided to run at 4 p.m. It is 90 degrees outside.
It was 90 degrees, stupid humidity out there. It was really hot, but it was a good run. I'm not upset about it, but I will say it was really hot. Came home, cooled down, rested up, did some more mobility, woke up today. Honestly, my legs were kind of sore, and I was like, ugh, I gotta go train. I knew I had threshold work. I could have more than easily kind of changed up training and took another recovery day or easy day, but I really wanted to push myself on some tired legs. But mentally, I was not having it. I was, struggling to get myself to do the run. I did do the run later in the evening. It was about 4 o'clock when I started it, again on the treadmill. So I was in the garage, did open the garage door to let some warm breeze come in, and started out feeling pretty good. My legs were a little fatigued already, obviously from the lift earlier the week, but I wanted to go out and give it what I could. And before I know it, it was the worst intervals I had experienced. So just a little information backstory, more or less, and like the effort that I was doing for 12 minutes for these 8-minute intervals was identical. I was the same elevation. I didn't change it. I was at 10%. And I wanted to hold the same pace that I had chosen to run for the 12 minutes prior. So nothing had changed. I was dying in that 8 minutes when prior I was running it for 12 minutes and I felt amazing. I felt like I could last a full hour. And I just want to share this to like let people know that it's not only like your pace is the set pace for you and that is what it is and you need to do it, because at the end of the day, life stressors can get the best of you, fatigue can get the best of you, the humidity can get the best of you. There's so many other factors rather than just it's same cut and dry, very simple of you run this pace and that should be your 6-7 rate of perceived effort. And that's why I'm like huge on actually training in effort compared to heart rate. Rate of perceived effort is huge. It's huge because I'll be the first to tell you that recovery run or easy run that I had a couple days ago that was in the middle of the heat of the day, my heart rate was through the roof. I'm going to tell you it was probably like 160 and I was running very, very chill. I could have a casual conversation, super nice and easy pace. My effort felt very, very low, but my heart rate was spiked because it was 90 degrees outside and super humid. And I think that just goes to show like sometimes training is not as cut and dry as we always think it is. It's really, really dependent on how you feel. And I want to share that because I want people to know like you need to pay attention to that, because at the end of the day, your heart rate can show one thing, but your actual perceived effort could be completely different. And if you don't kind of pay attention to those things, that's where you can get injured, or your training could maybe not go as planned, and or you'll be pushing too hard or not pushing hard enough. So it's really, really important to base things on effort. And that's just me and what I coach and how I like to train and how I hope that you all learn to train. But I just want to say sometimes runs freaking suck, and I will tell you exactly what I did. So my first 2 intervals were rough. They were at the rate or the perceived effort that I chose to do the 12 minutes at, and I was like, you know what? I actually think for the 3rd and 4th interval, I may change things up. And what I did after my 2nd interval is during my rest period, I would run to walk. And I just decided to walk the whole thing to like try to let my body rest and see how I felt for that 3rd interval, going out with the same effort that I had usually been doing. Did that and realized, girl, that's not working for you either. So I dialed my pace back. I knew that effort was seeming way too hard for what I was actually doing, and I wanted to stay in that 6 to 7 rate of perceived effort. And I was probably like at the top end of that 7, maybe. But it was just a little too much, and I could feel it in my body. My fatigue was really, really like prominent. I was super exhausted, and this is like what we do. We train and we do this for this exact reason. And I kept telling myself that, you know, like I'm human just as much as any other runner out there. I have my doubts and I have my moments, but I knew I needed to push through and get this done. And at the end of the day, I knew I wasn't going to hurt myself. I knew I wasn't doing anything detrimental. So I just needed to keep pushing. But I had to change and adjust things, and that's exactly what I did. So just know not everything goes to plan, and it's okay. You kind of readjust and work on the fly. And these are the things that you will remember during race day when you need them to get you across the finish line. So let me know of the workouts or the runs or the training sessions that didn't go well for you in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you soon.